If your life were the prize, would you kill the innocent? Would you sacrifice your humanity? We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
The first thing we did when we were thinking about making Bioshock is how to work as a great first-person shooter. So the weapons, for instance, there's 8 weapons in the game, all of which are modifiable, multiple stages of modification, all of which have 3 ammo types, and so they're just, in terms of just basic shooter, there's a huge amount of options there, and that's what we want to do, is move it away from that sort of playing out the same way and just having to be totally gamer-driven experience.
The Bioshock player is able to make very discrete choices about their sort of gameplay style, and at certain points through the game, they're basically presented with choices of how they'd like to continue playing the game. Also, they're able to reconfigure those choices and, say, go from stealth to combat or stealth to engineering. At any time during the game, they're able to reconfigure their character.
I trust gamers, and that's the thing, is I think that there are a lot of game developers who want to be like, I have to manage every single moment of the gameplay experience, but I think that gamers want to do, the fact that they were a part of making that experience is really important. And what that's all about is giving the player more choices in the world of what he does and how he does it. Huge amount of mystery in the game and a huge amount of discovery, and I think that's a huge part of the game, just learning what happened. And that's, some people are going to want to get really into the story, and we support that through all these audio diaries and stuff. And some people are just going to want to play the game, and we support that, the way the quest system works.
I think the maturity of the storyline and also the maturity of the gameplay. I mean, the emergent gameplay, the number of tools the player has, their opportunities to avoid violence as well as using it, I think those are all huge steps for the shooter.
What our hope is that Bioshock's one of those games where after you play, you're like, yeah, I want that in shooters, and I want this in shooters. I think that if we had done multiplayer in the game, we couldn't have made the game as incredibly... I think, to me, hopefully genre-changing as it is, because it's really hard to do both at once. And we were fully committed to this experience of making it the way it is. And just now, in the last couple of months, I figured out how to make Bioshock multiplayer. And if I was doing both at once, I would have made 2 mediocre games and not 1 great game. The way we maintain balance is by huge, insane amount of work. Whenever you have a game like Bioshock where you don't know where battles are going to happen, you don't know what enemies are going to be involved, you don't know how the player is going to be spec'd out, what tools he's going to have, what powers he's going to have, what weapons he's going to have, how they're going to be modified, what ammo he's going to have, it makes it incredibly hard to balance. And that's why having a company like 2K behind us give us the money, the time. And that's what it's all about. Same as Blizzard. Money, time, balance, polish. Huge amount of work. There's no secret recipe.